Yes, I know. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. But anyway, Fantasy Flex, I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna have to kick it off like this. Alright. Let's get up into the standings for this week's Fantasy Flex for the NBA headquarters. We're gonna do it like this. Run it down through the teams with all the standings. Who's in first place? What's their point status? Moving down the line, first place in the league, you got the Toronto Bandits, 73 points. The only man to crack the 70-point mark status goes to him. But hold on a second. Number 2, you got the Milwaukee Bears, 64 points, 9 points behind. Still trying to get there. At number 3, 46 points. Hold up. Me. Comeback Kids, like I was saying, 46 points. Third place. Wow. This is happening right now, live as we speak. Kobe, Black Mamba, Bryant, newcomer to the league, tied up at third. Was just in fourth place by 1 point. Tied up with 46 points with the Comeback Kids. That moves us down to the number 5 spot. That goes down to the NY Giants. 44 points for that squad. Number 6 goes to myself, the Polk County Pistols. Been slipping ever since the bullshit happened, but what can I do but climb back up? I got 42 points. Right behind me is Lost Berry 8 or Lost-8R, whatever that shit's supposed to mean. Got 41 points, and holding up the back of the pack, flying in the back, goes to the St. Louis Redbirds, 40 points. And I'll go ahead and move down to statistics, leaders in that. I'll go down to the top 3 and who's holding down the bottom of it. Moving down at the field goals made, number 1 in that, Milwaukee Bears. Number 2 in that, Toronto Bandits. Number 3 in that, the New York Giants. And holding up the back of that category of field goals made goes to Kobe, Black Mamba, Bryant. Now field goal percentage, different category. Holding up the end of the league was the St. Louis Redbirds, but that's the number 1 dude in field goal percentage. Number 2, Toronto Bandits. Number 3, Lost 8, whatever that means, with a 47%. The Redbirds got a 48%, and so did the Toronto Bandits, but they beat them by 0.2 of a point. Moving on to the bottom of that division, or the bottom of that category, I should say, would be myself. 45%, worst in the league. So let's go ahead and kick it and move on over to the free throw percentages. Free throw made, excuse me, I should say. Free throws made, that goes to the Milwaukee Bears with 2,727. Toronto Bandits number 2. He's been 2 in every category so far, so he's hanging around at the top. There's a reason why he's number 1. And number 3, you got the New York Giants. Bottom of that category is the Comeback Kids with just 2,032. Sorry I didn't shout out everybody else's. The Bandits, you got 2,200 or 2,609. Sorry, I just blazed the fatty. Had to throw it out there. That's why this is coming out all in one take. New York Giants, you had 2,467. 3-pointers made. Milwaukee Bears number 1, 607. Toronto Bandits number 2 with 571, and the New York Giants. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. I'm sorry. That was the same thing. I didn't refresh the category. Apologize for that. 3-pointers made. That goes to myself, Polk County Pistols with 827, Kobe Black Mamba Bryant 665, and the New York Giants with 617. Bottom of that is Lost 8, Berry 8, whatever you call yourself. Change your name. And 3-point percentages, that's going to go number 1 to the St. Louis Redbirds, number 2 the Milwaukee Bears. He's got 62%. The Redbirds are at 37%, and Lost. Damn, man, this dude's name is just killing me right now. 36% he's shooting. He's tied actually for 2. So moving on to the bottom of that with 33% on 3-pointers is the New York Giants. Offensive rebounding. That's going to go with 1,197 rebounds to Lost. Very Lost 8R. Toronto Bandits. 1,173 offensive rebounds. The Comeback Kids, 1,171 rebounds. I'm holding up the bottom of the offensive rebounding category with just 925. I ain't even got a grand yet. Overall rebounding, Number 1 in that category, the Toronto Bandits with 4,635. Number 2, the Comeback Kids with 4,482. And Kobe Black Mamba Bryant, number 3, with 4,459. Bottom of that category goes to the New York Giants with 4,273 rebounds. And moving on to the assist category, here we go, passing it down. Toronto Bandits, number 1 with the assists with, wow, 3,183. Nobody's even in the threes yet. The next person is 500, 600 behind with Kobe Black Mamba Bryant. He's got 2,531 assists compared to the Bandits' 3,183. That's just ridiculous. It's just insane. And number 3 is the Milwaukee Bears with 2,439. Comeback Kids, you holding down the bottom again with 2,150. And moving on to the steals category, the fee for the league. That's going to the Toronto Bandits. Wow. I used to hold that down. See what happens. Toronto Bandits got 912 steals. I got 819 at number 2. And number 3 is Kobe Black Mamba Bryant with 806. St. Louis Redbirds, bottom of that category, with 630. Now moving on to the blocks category. Blocks, you got 577. Owner of that number, Toronto Bandits. Coming in at number 2, the Comeback Kids with 547, and with 526, the Milwaukee Bears at 3. The bottom of that category goes to Kobe Black Mamba Bryant with 487. Overall points, wow, 12,962 points, the Milwaukee Bears. Number 2, the Toronto Bandits with 12,691 points. Wow, that's a close lead, man. And in third is the New York Giants with 11,973 points. The bottom of that category goes to Kobe Black Mamba Bryant with 10,786. Now, I'll throw in the last 2 that's on the page. Games played with 730. The St. Louis Redbirds. Wow, he's playing mad games on the bottom of the categories. And the bottom of that category would be me with 696 games played. The moves with 89 moves. That's the Comeback Kids. Bottom of that is the St. Louis Redbirds with only 6 moves made. And I think that's going to wrap up this week's Fantasy Flex. I only got 9 minutes on this. I fucked up last week when I ran over on the minutes. I was trying to give you the whole story and all that. That would just be another blog spot for another day. But that is the Fantasy Flex. Flex is back. We're doing it live. Trying to do it every week. I know it's been a while. It's been a long time. But like the song says, son, guess who's Bizak? Me.